Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? My slides visible?
Yes,
You're,
sir.
you're audible.
Yeah. Thank you, Ellen, and thank you, Dr. Rajshekhar. Uh, I would be sharing my journey as a practitioner, who started from scratch, and then now I am satisfied that I have attained certain levels. So to start your practice, you should have some amount of skill so that you can do a good treatment to your patient. You should have money, you should have courage, you should be daring. And before you get started, you have some backing so that you get notice as the patient starts coming to you. And based on that, you start building your reputation, then referral base, and the best referral base, as Dr. HM has told, that the word of mouth, the self promotion, which is in course due course, it comes on its own with patients. So I would say that there is no shortcut to any success, and gradually everybody learns how to scale up. Regarding skill, I hail from a very small town in Jharkhand, which was united Bihar and Jharkhand at that point of time. And after doing a BBS from Patna Medical College, I had the opportunity to get trained at the best institute of the country under Professor Tiwari, and we had very good colleagues and seniors like Dr. Raj Sekhar and so many. So I am fortunate to have, and I always wanted to come back because there was something in my mind that I have to come back to Bihar at that point of time. It was not separated from Jharkhand. So what was the point that actually initiated me to come to Bihar was that I had something in my mind to come, and I was just wanted right opportunity to land up in the Bihar. So I joined the Regional Institute of Ophthalmology, which was just being started there. And in the meantime, my senior residency was still not complete. Despite that, I thought that I should join because they invited us for an interview, and there was a lot of things going in the RP center. Professor Tiwari told, no, you can't go, you have to be here, like that kind of thing. But I was adamant, sir, I have to go because ultimately I have to settle there. So I joined RIO and then started working. We were 4 persons there at that point of time. And believe me, there was nothing in the RIO. We started from small table chair and we worked like a mad. And we were so honest and so dedicated that from morning 8 o'clock to 9 in the evening, we used to work. And that made a very good reputation among patients and doctors. And many patients started flowing. And so lesson learned is that give 100% to your organization, even if it is a government organization. Never think that you are here for time pass. It will pay dividend if you give 100%. You are going to get more patients in the future. So one should have courage to land in the private practice, and this was actually catalyzed by the way that I was denied promotion as associate professor. So I thought that it's better to leave now, and this acted as a catalyst and started planning for my own establishment. And there was a lot of uncertainty. So the best quote goes that first think, then second dream, then third believe, and finally dare. So I finally dared to plunge into private practice in November 2002 after spending 6 good years since RIO, and there I worked and I learned FECO also. So officially, my center was born in November 2002, and at that point of time, I had very little money. I actually belong to a low middle class business family, and I whatever saving I had at AIMS, I lost in share market. I had some friends like Arun, and so I lost in share market. I have few lakhs. That's why I saved after my earning in IGMS. So I used that only, and I thought that I won't take any loan from the bank. And for starting private practice, you have to have a space, location, and expenses on the equipment. A doctor friend of mine actually helped me in getting a place very near to the IGMS, just 500 meters from that main center. And it is very important how you choose your location. And it was a very busy place. On 3, 4 famous doctors were sitting there in that premises. So actually, there was a lot of footfall in that area. So I got self promotion at the same time. The patients who were there in the IGMS actually were looking for me once I resigned. So lesson learned is that always pay attention to your location, and always be hire a rental place. Never spend your whatever saved money on buying a land for your own clinic on the initial go. Once you are strong enough, then you go for buying or buying the land or anything else. So I started with a humble beginning, just street lamp AR and planation tonometer. And after certain months, after passing certain months, I just had a scan and quantum phaco machine, which was bought. All machines were actually used machines. So it was less than 2 lakhs, and I started phaco surgery. And from first day, I got very good number of patients. And gradually I added one more consultant, then more space, and these went on. And the lesson learned is that don't go for fancy new equipment to start with. Start with the basic equipment if you are going to start solo practice. Then came a turmoil in my life in March 2006, which actually changed my everything. I was falsely implicated in an FIR case in the Vigilance Department for alleged irregularities of purchase of LASIK machine at RIO 1998. And I was not a member of any of the committee which is responsible for purchasing the equipment. All of a sudden, I was called from my OPD by then health commissioner that please attend a meeting here as a special invitee, and I don't know that, and based on the signature just put there by me, made me to face so much of difficulty. I had to actually close down my clinic for 6 months. I had to move here and there just to avoid arrest. The lesson learned is that you never sign a document just on insistence of any senior. That is particularly very important for your government organization. We are never taught how to handle this situation. So that is the message. I lost my valuable 6 months, but I never broke, and I was always positive, was doing yoga, meditation, and resumed my clinic once I got this bail from Supreme Court. So that was the situation I had to face. A lot of money, a lot of things were wasted. So never give up, even if you face a lot of challenges. So after that, there was a rapid surge in growth, and I thought that I am actually finished, but it was not that. The moment I started my practice again, I had the same number of patients, same number of surgeries. So I kept on adding new instruments, and luckily I got a land just 50 meter next to this present place. And so the new patient, they didn't require to move so far place from the previous place. So I built a very good center with all the modern facility, and this had the first laminar flow OT in Bihar, Jharkhand. The lesson learned is that you never invest on fixed asset in the beginning. You wait for some time, let some finances be generated, then you go for the own building. And you always should try to hold some important person, so that you are projected without any effort, you get projected in the media and everywhere. So CM used to keep to me for his checkup. So he actually suggested to change the place, and I invited him on the inauguration of my hospital, and Professor J.S. Titial was also asked to please attend grace the occasion. And the reason being that I just wanted to highlight my clinic not just by inauguration, because then the media won't give any attention to inauguration of any hospital. I wanted to tag it with eye transplant or eye banking facility in Bihar, which was not there. And I wanted to Professor Titial to be an advocate at that point of time, and that worked. And so lesson is that always get some VIP to negotiate. These are some of the pictures, and you will be glad to know that our CM got operated day before yesterday by Professor Titial, and so that is the friendship between two. And then I installed first examiner laser machine EX500. I had old machine, but I started the new one, added VR facility. The first centurion of the India was installed. These are some of the photographs. Prakash actually inaugurated, so again it caught the media attention. And then I started ROP services, Professor Azad, and you said Vadrajalal, two doyens of the ROP treatment well actually invited, and they graced the occasion. One more thing, that I started new clinic 10 kilometers apart from the previous center, but it did not work. So the lesson is that concentrate on one clinic, and that will give you much more revenue than to start a new clinic which is actually not producing. Then added Contura facility, and then corneal transplantation facility was also started. And on that occasion, I called Deputy CM and the health minister of the Bihar, and then again it was a news, and started my charitable being. I hosted so many workshops just to get noticed or to update and to help other colleagues. Professor Titial came there, then Dr. Mahipal, you can see Dr. Khokar and Dinesh Salwar sir. Lahane sir, everyone came to our center to do some CME or workshop, and that actually we are also actively involved in teaching of the PGs, then any social organization or any event like this Glaucoma Divas. I was associated with Rotary initially, then Red Cross. I was active in Ophthalmological Society, that helped me, and I'm a vice president of the Dechi Dedan Samiti. So these actually helped a lot in your social recognition and goodwill among the patient and the general population at large. So some of the uh, camp, we always organize some camp, free screening, that gave good message. So I screened the blind school children, and luckily two of them could be transplanted with cornea, and two of them were able to see. So I did something for them also, and that got a good media and public attention also. So self-promotion, as far as concerned, I didn't do anything in the social media, but nowadays the new generation has to use that in form of website.
So, with all due respect, sir, I'm so sorry to interrupt in between. Please wrap up in next 30 seconds.
So
We are
thank you
running
very
out
much.
of time.
So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. This is the small story of my success. Thank you very much.